Hello everyone. This is Always In Girl here. Welcome to my channel. Happy Saturday. Hello 4. How are you doing? I did actually have a really good week. It was very busy though. I'm very tired. I am still prepping. I figured I can prep a little bit on camera. And hello Shed. I did see your sub. So we will do, thank you for the sub, 50 months. I will do the glitter here in just a moment. I am actually trying to plug in my phone. I realized my phone is like at 30% because I've literally spent all day on my phone. And I definitely need a phone. So, but yes, I have had a good week. It was very busy because since I didn't have my child, and had let my ex know that on his weeks until like term is done that he needs to figure out childcare after school because I am still trying to get my hours done at the pharmacy and it's just too much of a hassle to try and like figure out childcare on his days, as well as mine. So, since she wasn't here, that means I got to work a little bit extra time at the pharmacy. I got an extra like 4 or 5 hours in this week, which is good because I'm coming up on the wire. I now, with the way I'm going, I will be done on June 4th. So I'm excited. You are doing acceptably. Turn on this fan, it is hot in here. I'm gonna put on some glitter. It'll not drop everywhere. Actually, hold on, I got an idea. Oh. But yeah, I had a good week. I spent a lot of time working. I am very tired. I was actually doing like full-time hours. Of course, not being paid. But that is what's required. Also, next week, kind of a surprise last-minute change, but I will not be streaming next weekend because I'm gonna actually go with my parents back to visit my grandmother in Idaho because otherwise my grandmother will not see my child before her birthday. And probably not within an acceptable time near her birthday at all this year. So, and considering some other things that are happening that I'm not quite going to talk about yet, I will say I'm moving, but I'm not going into more details about that. I do not want to give my child up on my weekend. So I basically was like, you know, I'm okay if you guys want to take her, but I don't want to miss out on the weekend with her, my weekend. And it's also, I've arranged for it to be a 4-day weekend, so I'm going to have extra time off. And, my mom was like, well, Grandma really wants to see Evie. Like, what are your available dates here upcoming? Mountains. Actually, kind of both. I'm about an hour and a half drive from the beach, but I am in the mountains. But it's just hot in here. It's actually nice and cool outside. But we were talking schedules, and there is like, yes, acceptably is better than poorly. We realized there is like no time between now and like before school starts when my grandmother is going to get to see my child at all this summer. So I'm like, well, then I can come with you guys this coming weekend. Those are totally off. Look how off those are from each other. This is what happens when I talk and put this on at the same time and don't pay attention. So yeah, I am now going to Idaho with my parents to go see my grandmother. Which I'm fine with. I actually really enjoy road trips. It was just kind of like, we just planned this literally like yesterday, day before yesterday. I think it was yesterday. It was when we were officially like, well, I guess I can go with you guys next weekend. And my mom's like, that would be awesome. Because then my grandma will get to see me. I haven't seen her in a few months. And I am moving. And once I move, it's going to be a lot harder to see her. So it's like, yeah, well, I guess we're just going to utilize this 4-day weekend I have coming up. Oh, thank you for continuing the gift sub. I am getting glitter all over my chest. I'm just gonna have you can't see it on camera as much. Well, you can if I lean down a little bit. I mean, like, I'm seriously tell you guys, look at my boobs. But glitter all over. You can't see it as much on camera, but I literally have chunks of glitter on my chest. Well, thank you. I will. I always really do enjoy seeing my grandmother. Although maybe this time she won't try to convince me to like nuts by sneaking nuts into food she's made. She's done that a handful of times where she's like handed me something to eat and then I'm eating it and in my head I'm like, there's nuts in this. Like, it's good, but if there were not nuts in it, it'd be really good. And then she'd be like, so do you like it? And I'm like, it'd be better without the nuts. And then she's like, dang it, how did you tell? How could you tell? And I'm like, Grandma, I know what nuts taste like. I know what chopped peanuts and chopped almonds taste like, okay? You can't just, that doesn't just sneak past me. All right, so I put a little bit more. Of course, I just like went opposite direction, just put some in my hair. For the second sub, I need to like concentrate on what my hand is doing and not what my face is doing. Given I've outsmarted her, it's not even outsmarting, it's just I can taste the nuts. Enough times, I think she's finally like caught on that she can't really 100% like trick me with nuts. Trying to get the a little, it's really bad. Like, normally I wouldn't care, but it's literally like covered. And I'm just like, glitter is craft herpes. Gets everywhere, everyone has it and doesn't even know. Not everyone, but you know what I mean. So yeah, next weekend I will not be streaming. Which means this is gonna go really well. Skipping a week of Grounded is gonna be awesome. Because I skipped, what, one day last week? I didn't do half bad. But skipping time on a Grounded playthrough is never super great. So, yeah. What else? I'm trying to think of what else, like, really important happened this week. Like, if anything super fun happened. No, just the fact that I am, like, really close to being done. I think I have 160 somewhat hours. No thanks. Yeah, see, I am, like, almost a blanket do not like nuts. Any kind of nuts. I am almost a blanket, like, it's gross. I have learned to appreciate it in certain situations, like candied pecans are really good. But they have to be part of something. Like candied pecans on, I think there was this one dessert I had that I don't remember exactly what it was, but I do know it was some kind of like brownie or something. Had candied pecans on the top. I think there was ice cream, and then they poured a shot of Kahlua. The milky like liquor. No, I don't think so. They're like sugared and like caramelized almost. I want to say it's Kahlua or something. Bailey's. Bailey's! Thank you, Shed. It had a shot of Bailey's poured over the whole thing, and that was really good. Like, those pecans were delicious, and they added to it and not distracted me from the rest of the flavors. Most of the time, if I have anything with the nuts, it distracts me. Pralines are sugared. See, I don't even know what pralines are. I just know whatever was on top of this dessert was really good, and I know they were listed as pecans. It was really good, although I do remember my first bite of it, I got straight Bailey's. Like, I took a bite, like there was a spoon and I took a scoop, and it was like, I got the full thick shot of Bailey's. just right there. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so strong. Like, just wasn't expecting how strong that was. It was really good. I don't remember where it was at, but it was delicious. It was at some restaurant. And I've had candied pecans in a couple situations. I want to say there was some on some sweet potato casserole or sweet potato something that I had that was more of a dessert instead of like a side. That was really good. And I've also had some really fancy chocolate caramel things. I mean, fancy as I mean like it was fancy chocolates. And they had some chopped nuts in them, and those were also really good. But so I'm learning to appreciate them a little bit more, but usually if it's a nut of any kind, it is a solid no for me. I'm so weird like that. Like, I don't really like Snickers. I'm not a fan of peanut butter because I just do not like the flavor of nuts in general, or peanuts. Peanut butter has to be in very specific situations. Like, I do like Reese's peanut butter cups, but there can't be too much peanut butter in it because otherwise it's just too much. I do not do crunchy peanut butter at all. Obviously, I don't even really like peanut butter, let alone crunchy. I do not like almonds. I like almond milk. I don't know, like, how many people can actually, like, if they use almond milk, if they taste the almonds in the almond milk. Like me, it tastes like almonds. Like, I hate almond milk. Hazelnut is also one of those hit or miss. I do like Nutella, which I know is not really a hazelnut spread. But my first experience with Nutella was actually in Spain, so it was like a better quality Nutella. Less, definitely not the American version. And that was really good. But yeah, nuts are like a no from me. Oops, this is about to turn off. Also, since I don't have my child, I don't have like a hard stop. They're coming out with peanut butter Nutella. Now, see, that I'd be willing to try. I do like Nutella. I remember when I spent 3.5, almost 4 weeks in Spain, the people I was staying with, they had Nutella, and every morning, once they introduced me to the idea of Nutella toast, that's all I had every morning. Pralines are just one variety of candied pecans. Okay, see, that makes sense. So yeah, I guess they were a family of pralines or whatever. Pralines are a family of candied pecans. I don't know. But those are really good. Like, I was actually really surprised when I had that dessert, because I think that was my first time having any candied pecans. Yeah. And I was super shocked by the time I got done with it that I had, like, forgotten that they were pecans. You like, that's a general though, yeah. Like, some people just like nuts in general. I've always been really, really weird. Ever since I was like tiny, my parents have tried to get me to like nuts in any way, shape, or form, and I always would like spit them out, and that just never changed as I grew up. Like, I didn't really like peanut butter. Sometimes I'll do a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Sometimes that hits the spot, but not very often. So yeah. I'm weird. I've got some really picky foods things that I'm trying to outgrow in my 30s. Nuts is kind of one of them. The fact that I'm even willing to try some stuff says a lot. Like, even my parents, when I've told them, like, I'm starting to try some nut based things, and they're not as bad as I thought they'd be. Even they were like, "Ow, good, that's like awesome, like good for you." It only took like 30 some odd years. But like I don't like fish. Shrimp are okay under certain circumstances. I'm very picky about my shrimp. I do like clams, but usually just in clam chowder. There was something we tried once when I was really little, when we were at my grandparents' beach house. I want to say we had like buttered mussels, or it might actually have just been clams. That they just had, they caught a bunch of clams, or they bought a bunch of clams or something, and they brought them back and cooked them up, and literally just had like a little thing of melted butter, and we would dip it in the butter and eat them, and those were really good. I was also like 12, and I haven't done that since, but that was really good, and that shocked me. What's some other things food-wise that I'm like, ugh. Some of it's also texture. Like, I have a love-hate relationship with oatmeal. I love the taste normally. I cannot handle the texture. Although the Overnight Oats brand, Oats Overnight, they're the ones that you see sometimes like on Facebook. They have the ads of the like packaged like overnight oats that you put in a cup with some milk, you shake it up, put it in your fridge, and then it's ready the next morning. Like, they've added protein powders and they use all natural ingredients, that company. I can do those oats, that type of oatmeal, but a lot of other oatmeals like they like trigger a gag reflex, like a gag when I try to eat it. I don't know why. I've been like that for a while. There's some other things that I can't think of right off the top of my head. Yeah, oatmeal has to be the right thickness. And I have found that there's a very narrow, like, index of what, for me, I can handle texture-wise for oatmeal. It is a super narrow, like, thing. If it's on either end, I gag. If it goes in my mouth. This whole conversation is ripe with jokes. But yeah, oatmeal is one of those weird things that like I like the flavor, but the texture has to be right. Otherwise, I gag on it, and it's just sets off texture things that I didn't even realize till I'm older that I have. Your oatmeal has to be piping hot. Yeah, see the I would have said that before. Like with the like, I know this is gonna be, y'all are gonna cringe, but the instant oatmeal packs from Quaker, the bright maple brown sugar, that was my jam. It's literally the only kind of oatmeal I could actually eat and not gag on, and I had to make it a very, very, very specific way, and only I could make it. If anybody else tried to make it, it was wrong. And then I'd gag on it. And it had to be really hot. But these overnight oats, they're meant to be cold. And that's actually really good. And every once in a while, like, it won't get shaken up enough and there'll be like a clump in there that kind of sets off that little bit of a gag reflex, but most of the time, no. It's actually like, I don't know how that works, how the soaking of the oats works, but it works, and it usually is fine. Yeah, I know. Like, when I tell people that, like, my favorite oatmeal was, like, the instant oatmeal from Quaker or whatever, maple brown sugar, they're like, really? I'm like, yeah. The ones that you literally either put boiling water into and stir it up, or you put, like, I had to do it with boiling water. I could not put it in the microwave with water and then warm it up. It had to be with boiling water poured into the bowl with the oatmeal. And I had to do just a little bit of water at a time and mix it up until it was the right texture. And then a tiny splash of milk. And then that was fine. But as soon as I tell people that, they're like, You have terrible taste, which I won't deny. I will not deny that I definitely have some things that I really enjoy that most people would be like, how do I know you? All right, let me get this turned on. A lot of my other classmates have ended up getting like really sick. You want to eat? Yeah, yeah. Okay. I need to get this blanket out from underneath my wheel because I'm kind of stuck. There we go. All right. The soaking of the oats. Yes, you came in at the perfect time. We're talking about weird, like, food things. By the way, welcome. I am actually literally about to start. So you did actually come at a really good time. We're talking about weird, like, food issues. I don't know why my heart rate's so high. It must be a high heart rate day. High heart rate day. And we're just talking about oatmeal and the weird texture things it sets off in me for some reason. So yeah, you came at a really good time. It is the rite we practice in our cultish ritual group here, the soaking of the oats. It is. It is. Followed by a chanting of, that's what she said. That's what she said. Just over and over. Well, thank you for the follow. I get the notice in the chat before this pops. So thank you for the follow. Welcome in. My heart rate is high because I'm dreading the idea of eating nuts and most oatmeals. You enjoyed the soaking of the oats. You have. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. That is so great. Oh my gosh. I feel like I need to write this down. This has to be a thing now. The soaking of the oats. I'm not kidding. That is funny enough. Welcome an old newly oated one. Because in the 5 years I've been streaming, I have never really come up with a funny what you gonna call it, group theme. It's just kind of always been always in. I need a call command where that comment comes up. I do. Oh, you were gonna fit in so wonderfully here, Lucifer. Oh, you have bathed in the oats, and the Lord has soaketh me. That is awesome. Yeah, I wrote that down because that's got to stay in some way, shape, or form somewhere. The cult of the oats, or something to that effect, where we practice the soaking of the oats. All right, now I got to remember how to do this. There we go.
Up all night chasing his tours.
Oh yeah, you were a part of that? I heard about this.
So, just normal, not gate. Oh my gosh. I don't know what I was about to say. Community, not community roles. So just a quick, little, it's gone. I don't remember I know what I was going to say, but I don't know how I was going to say it. I have played this game before a few times. But this is my first grounded attempt. So normally we don't usually allow spoilers here. But since I have played this, and most of the people in chat have played this or have watched someone play it, we do allow some light spoilers or alluding to spoilers later on. But no show spoilers. Some light, hinting at stuff that's happened in the first season is fine. But The show is not the show. The game is more like free for all. Like you can talk about that all you want.
Jesus.
Because I have played it a lot. So have people in chat.
We're about to give up when she started shooting at us. It's stupid.
But
She got away. I had two other
you would
guys
think
busy.
with
Took out my rifle, lined up her little
how I
gun,
remember, I have the brick too and everything. With how I remember the game,
Ain't one of us?
or don't remember, you would think I haven't played this
falling asleep.
more than once. But I have. I've played it at least like 3 times now, I think. This is just my first Grounded, and stuff still surprises me where I'm like, oh crap, that was this? That was here? I know this section is extremely hard, and I want to try to get everything, because I know resources are so hard. I heard something. Resources are hard to come by, so I kind of do want to get as much as I can. All right, so we are going to I don't remember where doors or windows and whatnot. Oh, there's a window. I don't want to go that direction then. People will be able to see me. Three. Well, that's fun.
Bossman says we're getting big enough to expand.
New head honcho. Same bullshit talk.
Well, I don't know. Now that we have enough people watching all the exits, he says we can set up a larger perimeter.
What is that really gonna give us?
You just finished the second game for the first
maybe
time.
we find some
It was
gas,
longer than
some
I
more
also
generators
expected
going.
it to be.
Really like to restore
That
one of
is
those
something
old
I've only played
projectors or
once,
something.
but I have watched someone play through it a couple times.
That shit ain't happening. I've heard that expansion talk way too many times. And every time we try, it ends up with a bunch of us getting killed.
How do you know? Maybe things will be different now.
Keep your expectations in check, young'un. You'll live longer.
I wonder if I would have been able to walk by that window. And been okay. Because they hadn't, like, spawned into their patrol route yet. I'm hoping no one comes out of that door now that they've spawned in. Go like this. I'm a peek. Okay, there's a dude. I don't know how well hidden I am here. Probably not at all. I have noticed with this, like, remake, it's not even a well, it's kind of a remake. With the part 1 versus, like, the remastered or original. They definitely have improved the AI of the enemies, because I've had some issues actually trying to, like, sneak up on people. Like, I've never been great at sneaking in general. Sorry, the neighbors upstairs are making some weird noises. Fuck. I don't know where he came from. That scared the crap out of me. I heard him yell, and I was like, crap, where did that come from? I didn't even really hear it in my headphones. Apparently from right there. Oh yeah, see, that explains that. brain can't do stealth. I kind of go back and forth. Sometimes I'm decent at it. I'm never like great at it. Sometimes I'm decent at it, and sometimes I'm absolutely terrible. Like before they altered the AI on here to be a little smarter. The rule pretty much was as long as your head was hidden. Like, your butt could be sticking out, but you'd be okay because your head was hidden. And they seem to have fixed that, which kind of makes it a little bit of an issue. I just knocked something over. When you have like a pattern, or like before you've played through something and you've been able to hide behind something and suddenly you can't now because you don't actually fit behind it all the way. How far is this dude gonna go? Alright, so he circles this car. Okay, good. I was hoping that dude over there was not, Oh, there's a poster over there. It's not gonna pop out. Ooh, I see stuff I can pick up. But yeah, like, last time, couple streams ago, it was getting to the high school, the graveyard that had all those clickers, and you're with Bill. Can't hide behind the tombstones anymore. Because, or the tree. There was a giant tree I was squatting behind, and the clickers had yelled toward the tree, and even though I'm like mostly hidden, like maybe a foot is sticking out, they know I was there. So it made it that made it really difficult to try and sneak around the clickers. Too many a controller were snapped. Yes, the bloater at the high school. Alright, got him. And no, despite the fact that it looks like I'm just like doing that to watch the dude die, no, I'm panicked to make sure nobody's seen me do that. Every once in a while I'm doing that, and then I'll just realize I've got like a full frontal view of this guy or somebody getting choked out or getting stabbed, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not actually like trying to watch this dude die. I'm just trying to make sure nobody sees me. Sometimes it's just the perfect view of watching somebody die and choke to death. I need to figure out. I know this dude is kind of walking back and forth out there. I just don't know how far his patrol route is. So I'm gonna wait here just a second. Joel, would you switch sides, please? Thank you. Call the police. Yep. I am not. seeing this dude. I don't think there. I think it's just 3 out here. And I know there's a lot more in one of these buildings. I know there's 3 more back there. Hey, Joel, would you switch sides so I can actually see what the frick we're doing? I don't want the dudes on the inside to see me now. Oh, there he is. Where does he go? He's like right there. I want to see what he does. I like how I'm tilting my head like that's actually gonna help. Oh, it's just an instinct you don't really like get over. Even when you game for years, you still like I'm doing this, like I can really see around the corner. It's like it's not my TV is not it's a flat screen. What I see is there. It's not gonna help. Where is this dude? He must have a pretty big patrol route. Because he hasn't come back. Oh, it totally does. It will drive your car to game. You destroy yourself with the TV, no airbags. Yes. Doesn't spend very long right there. What is mine? Oh, same. So it doesn't matter. Alright, anything else out here? I'm gonna like walk. That's gonna be the time they just walk past. This is the future of all traders. Hold on. This is the fate of all traders. Aiding traders is punishable by death. The Pittsburgh battalion is here to keep you safe. We are actively working to restore order to the quarantine zone. Okay, let's see if Ellie, you need to walk quieter. Alright, so there's a dude. He walks right past this window. Oh yeah, this is the building where there's a ton of them because I see the second floor. And people upstairs can see you if you're not careful. I might actually go all the way around to the other side, see what the other side looks like. Plus, probably a good idea to check back here to see if there's anything to collect. So there's a door. I don't want to walk. Joel's literally got his face shoved into this, like, tarp. Ellie, you need to move. Make sure nobody, like, sees me as I'm walking over there. Alright, so there's here. Part of me wants to start upstairs. When was the last checkpoint? 3 minutes ago. I feel like this gives you more checkpoints now than it did before. Yep, there's a dude. I thought I heard somebody walking. It might have been someone downstairs. Right? If I lead any farther, I'm going to be peeking into the second game. That's the goal here. We need to see into the second game. It might be because I have my... It's not because I have my chair in a bad spot, but I don't think that's helping. It's not center. I moved it recently a little bit, and now it's not the right spot. Alright. Shoot, there's a guy right there. Oh, I'm so glad they had their back turned. Oh, that would have been really bad. So hard to tell. All right, there he went again. I don't want my ass poking out any farther, so this guy will see me when he comes walking across there. Right, yep, there he is. There he is. There he is. There he turns. Yeah, I do remember you not struggling so much as it was very long. You do. I do remember this being a fairly long section for you on the first game. Whoa. Well, it's gonna make it hard to, like, I'm just gonna clip in and out like that. I need to like go that direction maybe. To a certain extent, I think he does. It definitely does feel more visceral and realistic because you don't have the listen mode. Supplies are super scarce.
On your left.
That'd be the other dude I heard walking around. That is true. You know what? Joel kind of tried to do that. It just didn't work. Oh, shoot. There's a guy right there. How far does he come? Can he see me? Oh, freaking A. I think I got lucky. Well.
Move!
You think you still remember your takedown order for this part? You had it so well planned out. That would not surprise me. No, I want to keep the brick. Yes, I know I've totally like messed up their patrol routes, but that's okay. I'm gonna still try. GDQ. All right, where are all they? Oh. Oh, like speed runs? Oh, for sure. I think there was one person I watched like on YouTube who did a speed run of this. Holy frick. Yeah, super impressive. I gotta figure out how I want to do this. Ellie, was that you? Yes. What does that say? More will die.
Okay. He's over here!
Oh, frickin' A. Of course, the dude had come out.
Is he over there? He's gone.
Three a.m. for you? Well, you're across the pond then. Well, it was good to meet you. Yeah, go to bed. And we will definitely enjoy and try our best. I do stream. I'm over on Pacific time zone, so I'm literally like on the other side of the world. But I do at 6 p.m. is usually when I start. I don't know what time that would be for you. So thank you for joining. I would have started about an hour ago. So like 2 a.m. for you. Thank you for joining. It was great to meet you. Have a good night, a good sleep, whatever you're doing. And yes, us soaking oats. Yeah, that's when I looked at the clock, realized it was 7. I'm like, that's 8 hours. So I did some quick mental math from 6 to 6 with 8 hours. Shavit, yeah, I'm a night owl as well. But life forces you to be a morning person. But sleep well. UK boys, yas. For sure. Take care. Yes, it was great to meet you. Take care. Sleep well. Oh, frickin' A. Joel, get inside the desk. Well, 2 down. Keep having to use my melee tool, but that's okay.
Not here.
There needs to be a cubicle corner in this section. Your cubicle corner in the section coming up was awesome, Shed. I loved the cubicle corner. It was such a great way to take care of that. Oh, there he is. The cubicle of death was so great, and look, I'm gonna get me another
God.
melee tool.
God damn it, this fucker's gonna pay.
Spread out.
Oh, he ran inside. Damn it, I was hoping he would come out. Oh.
To your right.
He's not over here! Where the fuck are you, sorry sack of shit? You see him? He's not over here!
Okay, well, so far, this is not that bad. Like, bringing them out here, getting them to come out. But it does have a risk involved because you have to get them to see you and not kill you. Sounds like they're still in toward that building. Far side.
Hey, he's over here! Move! Watch my back.
I don't know where he saw me from. I know it was somewhere out here. I did see those, by the way.
Don't lose him!
I do know there's at least one more plank over there that a dude dropped.
He's over there!
Oh, frickin' A.
Hurry!
Question is, do they know where I'm at?
Cover me, I'm moving up. All right, I got your back.
Yes.
Is he over there? He's fucking gone. Keep looking.
Oh, that was close.
He's over here, behind the sandbags.
Damn it! I knew that was gonna happen. Well, I did well. Apparently, you just can't move at all. Where did it toss me? Nope, nope, nope.
Nothing, man.
Neither have I. No, that's only my second.
Let's check over there.
Woo! Went up my nose a little bit. Oh, I'm glad I didn't pop out.
Man, too close.
Ellie!
I got nothing over this way! Here either! Whoa! Get him! Behind the bus!
I know he saw me.
Around him!
Oh, damn it. That was 3. There he is.
Shit. Over there.
I'm gonna let them filter out past me where I can get a better idea of where they are at. They don't seem to come back here unless they know you're back here. I just saw him in the gap walk that way. Or at least down that, no, not down the alley. The alley's far, so yeah, he walked this way. I heard a noise. I think someone just walked into a can. You missed one, Shed. I have 3. I'm gonna turn that off. That's getting cold. There you go. Gotta have an accurate count. I hear him somewhere. Oh, yep, there he is. Oh, really?
By the sound.
I don't know. I feel like they moved checkpoints.
Not here! Fan out!
Ooh.
Keep searching!
I got nothing over this way. Me either.
Over here!
Oh, damn, he saw that.
Stick with me.
Oh, damn it. It's almost like it creates a checkpoint whenever they lose you.
Whoa!
Oh, freaking A.
Get him! In the pit!
Yeah. You can't change it, not without starting over.
Not here.
Yeah, I would. It's kind of weird that it is like giving frequent checkpoints. You can probably do a Google search, Shed, see what, see if, I mean, obviously they did, but see if that's, like, one of the things they listed as, like, changes, as the frequency of checkpoints.
He's over there.
Oh, really?
Okay, go. Alex, get away from him. Yeah. Watch my back.
Oh.
He's got a shotgun! I got this!
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. I was kind of hoping that the people that were outside came inside came outside, so I was hoping inside would be a little less something.
Oh, God.
Oh, freaking A.
Get him! In the run!
Nope, 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 nope. Introduces more frequent checkpoints, allowing players to complete levels in smaller chunks. Second, it changed from the original remaster, where checkpoints were much less frequent, often requiring players to complete long stretches without any save points. In the remake, players have the option to restart an encounter from the beginning if they die, rather than being forced to start from a distant checkpoint. This can be particularly helpful in particularly challenging sections. Balance and enjoyment. Despite the more generous checkpoint system, the grounded mode and the remake is still very challenging but more enjoyable. The increased checkpoint frequency helps to reduce frustration and demoralization, making the experience more balanced. These changes aim to provide a more manageable and enjoyable experience for players, while still preserving the intense and unforgiving nature of grounded difficulty.
He's gone! Spread out!
Where are you, you motherfucker?
Behind you.
Alright, I guess you want to do this the hard way.
Yeah, I have been commenting pretty much since I started that I felt like there were more checkpoints. Because it felt like whenever I would die, it wouldn't put me right at the beginning of the whole like section. It would just put me at some random point. Which honestly, for my patience level, which is a lot less tolerant than yours, Shed, it probably fits my patience level a little bit more. Boo. I will if it kind of becomes too, like if I kind of get stuck and I can't seem to like get the rest of them picked off, then yes, I'll restart encounter.
I got nothing over this way. Me either.
Trying to listen. They are so quiet. But if I listen really hard, I can hear them their footsteps. When they get close.
Oh, fuck.
It's funny how they recognize new bodies.
Watch yourself! Another body over here! Fucking keep looking!
Anything?
Nothing, man. I'll check out this area. Check down there.
All clear over here. You? Same here.
I know there was someone kind of close to where we are. There's someone who responded to him when he was right here. Sounded like they were right there.
All clear over here. You?
Yeah, see. that guy even have a weapon?
Oh, Christ.
I wasn't paying attention to how close I was to him, and I bumped into it before I hit the button. But I bumped into him as I was hitting the button. Oh, there's another dude. Ellie, would you move? Yes, I meant to throw that. I was trying to see if anybody was close enough to hear it. And it doesn't sound like it. Where did that dude go that was patrolling right here? Turn that sound up. The moment I pop my head out. To find a different spot. Someone gonna pop out. I wonder if there's a set amount that will come out here. And the rest stay inside. I know there's at least one more dude walking around, I think. That's Ellie breathing. I don't even hear them yelling back and forth anymore. Oh, that's that dude. He was outside. He seems to be sticking to that side, so I feel like I'm gonna go around. Alright, there's a window. I don't want to go through the window because they hear you go through the window. There he is, I hear him. Or it's somebody upstairs. He's right here somewhere because it keeps sounding like he's behind me until I get about here, and then it sounds like he's behind me again. But there's that dude again. Ellie. They must be upstairs. Some of the people I'm hearing anyway must be upstairs. Oh, there he is. I think he's the last dude downstairs. I will agree. It is so much easier with all of the checkpoints because now I've got a 3-minute checkpoint, which I think was about how long ago I killed that one dude. Just now. If I had to guess, yes, it probably would be. Because there really are no chapters in this, not like the first game, I don't think, right? Or the second game. Oh, freaking A.
Hey!
Bad timing to come around the corner. Of course, I don't have a brick or anything to throw anymore.
Nah, gone.
There he is. Yes.
Get over here!
Good test to see if anybody that's on the top floor will come out. Or not. I don't think they do. I'm gonna see if I can find candy bars and stuff. I think it's just the people upstairs at this point. Hi, it's all good. You haven't missed much, just some death. And finding out they did actually change the checkpoint system in the remake. Because we looked it up, because I've had a lot of checkpoints. So it was like, they had to have changed the checkpoint system in the remake. And they did. Shed would say no. I would say yes. Because I have a shorter, I have less patience. And so I feel like the shorter checkpoints are more forgiving to my personal patience and playstyle. So there's not just like huge chunks that you're having to do over and over every time you die. It's now like yeah, for sure. It would send you back to the whole beginning. Like, for example, the high school. If you died killing the bloater, you would get transported all the way back to the beginning of the high school. But I definitely have noticed as I've played this that the checkpoints definitely seemed more forgiving. And I have made a comment here and there. Like, I feel like the checkpoints are more frequent. And then now, like on this section, normally when you would die, it would spawn you back to the beginning of when you and Ellie saw abandoned zone notes. Those people when you first dropped in here. Colonel Mackenzie, Atlanta QZ, sir, going on 14 months and this little revolution has turned into a bloodbath. We've lost too many men and frankly, we're about to lose the entire zone. If we stay any longer, we will all get lynched. Awaiting your orders, Captain Maestros. So for me personally, this goes with my patience level and tolerance. Looks like for that is totally grab it. Thank you. For permadeath by chapter, there are 12 chapters. Billstown's 1 chapter, Pittsburgh's 1 chapter, Suburbs is 1 chapter, etc. Okay. Because I definitely have less patience and get frustrated. Not easy, but I do get frustrated, and I will end up rage quitting and like stop playing a game if it's too difficult. So like with those, if there were longer checkpoints, part of the reason I dreaded kind of starting this because of the really long checkpoints. Harder than the original Grounded, yeah. Then yeah, I would definitely get a little overwhelmed. So it's a little bit more forgiving. Actually, I want to go through the very back. More forgiving checkpoints for me is definitely a perk. Ooh. Applicant checklist. I will read that. Remind me to pull that up when we finish this section. got me a pipe. Ellie, where'd you come from? So fast, Joel. Jeez. Trying to get him to walk slower. Alright, there's a dude. Ooh, there's a dude.
On your right.
Is that you, Ellie?
To your right.
Joel is so loud walking on these stairs. Okay, I'm gonna go to a different set of stairs. And see what it looks like. I know the difficult part of the stairs is you're literally... They have the high ground.
That was too close.
Alright.
Oh, close one.
I don't know how that dude didn't see me.
Jeez.
Yes, it did. It did. I will not disagree on that one. Ooh. I will say, having the more set checkpoints like before in the original does make it a little easier to like get a system of knowing what works and what doesn't. Versus this, like, you never know where it's gonna pop you back in and where you were last seen, etc. I think I see a candy bar over there. I took care of the guy over there. Yes. That whole section, this whole section would be definitely super intimidating. Is like one from the time you wreck the truck all the way to when you jump into the river. It would be massively intimidating. Right? How don't they see these games are weird? Like in 2, so many people play by taking a step, throwing the character to the ground, crawling, popping back up to repeat the process. Every time the character makes a loud thud, especially Abby, who's like super beefy, no NPC ever hears or sees that, and that is so true. I always thought that was such a silly... I mean, it worked. It works, so, I mean... But yeah, I always, like, when I would see, like, speedrunners or whatever do the whole, like, pop-up, throw down, pop-up, throw down. I'm like, how does that work? It might just be 2 guys left. Him and him.
Shit.
think he just saw the body I took down earlier.
Watch your asses. There's another body over here.
Yep.
Keep searching.
The one in front of the exit typically doesn't move until you engage with him.
Anything? Nah, man. I got nothing. Head over there.
Yeah, I think he's the last dude. Alright, get the infected being drawn to a thorn but with the humans, right, they don't really just gonna immediately go around to see where it came from. If you manage to kill everyone in here, with him being last, the spawned ads heard you kill him because Joel treats it as a final death and doesn't stealth. Yes, I do remember you talking about that.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find this asshole.
Where's he gonna go? That's the question. Oh, perfect. Last dude. Ellie stands up, which means we're good.
I was too damn close.
The edge of the universe and back. Endure and survive.
Excuse me?
Savage Starlight. That comic I've been reading? That's what the hero says after a big battle.
Endure and survive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You know he's having massive flashbacks to his daughter saying some sort of like really cheesy saying from her like favorite series, which is why he's like, okay. He's like, oh my gosh. All right, is there a book in here?
Man. Look at all these books. I wish I had more room in my backpack.
Oh, so you're a reader, huh?
Well, when I'm not running away from hunters and infected? Yeah, I read all the time.
I kind of forgot that Ellie was a big reader. I mean, it makes sense. What else are you gonna do in the apocalypse? Nope. Oh, nice. Ooh, there was something in there.
Okay, it's time to lighten the mood.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Bakers trade bread recipes on a need-to-know basis. Need.
I get it.
I know for sure.
A moon rock tastes better than an earthly rock because it's meatier. Oh man, that made me hungry. A backwards poet writes in verse.
Do you even get that?
Of course not.
Of course not.
I used to be addicted to soap, but I'm clean now.
All right, I've actually never heard that one.
Okay, I'm all joked out. Now what?
Yes, the companions would never give you away in the original, and it was always so frustrating. At least in here, it seems like they try to stay away from line of sight. I don't know. Right? The booby trap one is great. I don't know if it's like the second one where like Dina would get spotted and she'd be like, "My bad, that was me." I don't know if they did that in this one too. That'd be great. Because that was always one of my main complaints on the original was your companions could not get you spotted. And they'd literally be right there. Literally bump into the enemy and the enemy's just like... Okay, I gotta double check that I grabbed those supplies. Wasn't there like a book you could grab in here for Ellie? Down there.
What was this place used for?
They call it processing. It's where they picked out who'd go in and who'd stay out. Sometimes only half a family would be allowed to go through.
What would happen then?
What do you think?
That sucks. Ooh. Glad I walked in the middle. Okay. I know I walked through a good chunk of this place, but there are a couple places I know I missed. And I do want to double check. Why won't he dig through that bag? It looks really full. I do want to double check that I got the scrap parts back here. Ooh, I did. Okay. All right. Well, then let's head toward the exit. And then once we get through the exit, we will stop for the day and I will be back on tomorrow. Ooh. In Skyrim, sometimes you take out a bandit with an arrow and the bandit... Oh, yes. Oh, I always loved doing that. Skyrim was the only game that I could mildly, like, be good at stealth at because the the AI of the NPCs was so terrible. They'd literally have an arrow sticking out of their forehead and they'd be like, must have been my imagination. It was like, dude, you have brain damage. Must have walked away. It's like, yeah, okay. Alright, we're gonna look. Anything up here? I think there's sometimes stuff up here. No? Mother? Another 3 soldiers dead. What is it going to take to give up? Sorry, Ellie. Yes. Skyrim is a classic. I mean, there's a reason that it has done so well. Or it's been remade so many times. No, leave your Molotov alone. Put it away. Didn't want you to actually light it. I'm just not leaving behind supplies. Oh, the hotel's gonna be fun.
You gotta be crazy to string up soldiers.
Yeah, you get people desperate enough, they'll do just about anything.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that rose up, they're the ones we've been fighting here?
That'd be my bet.
Yeah, probably. Alright, any of these guys have stuff on them? Probably not. They would have been looted by the people. Alright, Ellie.
Let's see where this leads us.
We're gonna get up here, get to the next point of no return, and then call it a day.
Watch yourself on these drops.
There we go. Oh, 8 minutes ago. Yeah, we're not stopping. There we go. Less than 1 minute. I'm gonna save because apparently I haven't been doing that enough. Like, actually manually save it instead of just relying on the checkpoints. All right, guys. Well, that actually went really well. I will say that is probably mostly because of the more lenient checkpoint system that they got going on with the remake. I'll scoot that over. There we go. All right, guys. Well, I will be on tomorrow, normal time, which is 6 p.m. There really are, like, I was definitely noticing, like, every time I paused it, it felt like there was a new checkpoint within a relatively, like, recent amount of time. Like, there was never more than, like, 4 or 5 minutes between checkpoints. So there really are, it does seem like they have definitely, like, beefed up the amount of checkpoints, which, yes, I do appreciate it. But I do feel like they might have added too many. I will say that. You're glad you beat Grounded on the original. Yes. I feel like for you, yes. For me, this fits my playstyle more, but I can definitely see how someone who did do Grounded on the original with less checkpoints would look at that and go, this is too many. Because even I'm like, I appreciate it. It makes it a little easier for me to get through it, but at the same time, I'm like, there is a lot of checkpoints. It makes it just a little bit easier than I was expecting, and that's fine for my sanity, but also not what I was expecting. If that makes sense. All right, guys. Well, that is it. Like I said, I will be back on tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. Pacific. Trying to think if there was anything else important to say. Just a reminder, last minute edition. Last minute vacation. I will not be streaming next weekend because I am taking a last minute decided road trip with my parents and my child to go see my grandma. So I will not be streaming next weekend, which is sad, but it needs to happen so I can see them. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm currently on the highest difficulty, so I don't know about, like, permadeath. I would guess permadeath is not. Like, checkpoints are the chapter breaks. This is the highest difficulty. So, that's why I say there's, like, I appreciate it because I have less patience, and I could definitely see myself getting really frustrated if I had to replay large chunks. Oh, it's all fine. It's just not permadeath. That's the only, like, hard, that's the next step of difficulty I could add on, and I'm not willing to do that. Not yet, anyway. But that's why I say, like, for my personal playthrough and my level of patience and my own sanity, I do appreciate the more frequent checkpoints, but it does make it a lot easier than I was expecting, which is, like, good and bad. Like, I was expecting the higher challenge. Oh, you're totally fine. It's okay for it. It's all good. It's all good. Like, I was expecting the challenge, but it's nice to have that little bit of, like, a little bit nice to not have as much of a challenge as I was expecting. Makes it a little less, like, if that makes sense. So yeah. Yeah, it's just like, I mean, it's too easy. This whole thing's gonna be a cakewalk. All right, guys. Well, I will be back on tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific as normal. Other than that, I hope you all have a good rest of your day or night, depending on where you are in the world, how you're watching this, all that good jazz. No stream next weekend. So don't forget. I hope you guys have a good night. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody. Well, if it would work.